Hey there YouTube, this is Jay the 111 here, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Minecraft Mondays. Today I got a new mod for you. It is called BLADECRAFT. It is designed by DarkHax, who remade the More Swords mod, and he's also joined by a fellow modder by the name of this guy 1045. So let's just dive right on into it. So what does BLADECRAFT do? Well, it basically adds more swords, as to what DarkHax enjoys quoting. But this time it adds some I feel better features. It doesn't really add new swords. It adds a better customization of current swords. So let's just get on to it. So as you can see, I now have a bunch of dyes and some various materials. Bone, iron, diamond, block of lapis, ender pearl, emerald, glowstone dust, gold, blaze rod, redstone, and obsidian in each of the dyes. So now, and a bunch of diamond swords. Now, why is this? Well, this mod adds a bunch of customized diamond swords, as you can see in my NEI. These are referred to as forged swords. Now, right now, you can simply craft them. Eventually, they will have a single block in which you would need to craft them within. So let's just get right onto it right now. And well, we'll make all of them, and then we'll go from there. So I want to try and keep this as nice as possible. Let's make a couple right now, just for now. So we'll make these ones as demonstrations. So what you do, you put your diamond sword, your ink sac. So right now you have a black sword, and then your bone. So now you have a black bone sword. Same thing with the diamond. And I don't know if this recipe is shapeless, and yes it is. So it is a shapeless recipe, so you can use this in your own little crafting table. The red iron sword, and the green diamond sword. So I'm just going to grab the rest of these guys. This is for the material showcase. So we got the lime obsidian, the pink redstone. You can also do just materials only. So now I have a blaze sword, but now I have a gray blaze sword. Like gray gold sword. Cyan glow sword. The purple emerald sword. The blue ender sword. And the brown lapis sword. And just to show that this indeed does work with all kinds of dyes. White sword. Orange sword. Magenta. Light blue sword. And the yellow sword. So now what's so special about this customization? Well, other than you can have, say for example, I want to have one sword be my looting sword, another sword be my sharpness sword, or another sword be my knockback sword. Well, you can still do that normally, so let's just show as each as a control test, max level enchants. So these three swords were all done at 30. I got sharpness, knockback, fire aspect, and looting. Sharpness 4, looting 3, and smite 4. So these swords are now their controls. Now what will these do? Well, depending on what materials you combine, from what I've been able to ascertain, you will yield different enchanting results, and you'll actually yield better enchanting results. So purple emerald sword gives us not, well, it's not that good actually. It's right now really not that good. That one's a little bit better. Why would you need a Bane of Arthropods sword unless you're gonna go tackle a cave spider? That's a little bit better. I'm getting there. Alright, so it was said that it's supposed to have a high level of enchantability, but from the looks of it, it seems to be fairly similar to that of diamonds. So you may want to take a look at the coding of that one, DarkHax, unless I'm just really unlucky, which is completely inhumanly possible. Now, one thing I do want to test is he said you can use these in the anvil, but that's just uranium. I want to know if you can do the following. You cannot. All right, so because these actually, I didn't realize this, they both all have different item IDs now. So, for example, if you had a purple emerald sword of knockback and you wanted to put the Bane of Arthropods for whatever known reason onto here, you would need to have another purple emerald sword with Bane of Arthropods. So, yeah, that's actually, I kind of like that. But at the same time, some people are like, well, I just want my diamond sword. Well, then, don't download this mod. Pretty simple, at least in my mind. So, yeah, so you can still do this and smite 4, sharpness, and it drops the sharpness. To hell with that. And it keeps the sharpness. I think what he originally wanted the anvils just to do is, for example, I could say, where's my really good sword? This one, the pink rose, or the pink redstone sword. I will rename this into pink Power Ranger sword. And I have the pink Power Ranger sword of Ultimate Justice. Yes, I know that's a neighbor's joke. But yeah, so these will just add a little bit more customization to it. So basically you can say, oh, well, I know that instead of looking at it, I know that this sword has my sharpness on it, so grab it. Instead of just doing the tooltip on it. Instead of here where you have to go through all your diamond swords, this one's like, oh, pink, okay, grab it, go. Alright, so that's pretty much the mod. It doesn't really add anything right now. Planned features were the forge, or a forge block, to help craft these forge swords, and maybe have different. What I would like to see is possibly new enchants if he can craft those uh, that are reminiscent of whatever combination of dye and gem, which we call the bone and the lapis and all that. Um, different kind of gem will yield you a higher percentage chance possibly of a new enchant or uh, of a much better sword. That I would like to actually see that. I think that would actually be kind of cool and it would probably make this mod that much more better. Also, another planned feature that he is going to be including, which I think is brilliant, is the inclusion of all 5 sword types in the dying system. So you don't have to just have a diamond sword. If you don't have a diamond sword, you can use an iron sword, or you can make a gilded sword of holiness using emeralds and gold and whatnot. So those are planned features. And I really liked where he's going so far. I'm happy that DarkHax is sticking to what he's good at, which is the swords. I do hope he continues on the greatest on this path, and maybe one day, maybe delve into some armor. You know, I would like to see maybe a gilded armor, a little bit reminiscent of RuneScape. But yeah, so that's just my thoughts. And whatever you guys think about, add it to the comments or even talk to him on the forums. Uh, I will be posting the link for this in my description. And that's about it. So I'm gonna call this an episode. Thank you all for watching. Please like and favorite all my videos, including this one. If you haven't done so yet, also please subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Until then, stay frosty.